In the Las Vegas Convention Center, you're looking in the corner of Víctor Galíndez of Argentina, recognized by the WBA as the light heavyweight champion of the world. He's had 33 pro fights, 129, lost 3, and drawn once, as you can see. Weighed in at 177. A seasoned fighter, built kind of like a baby tank, flails away in the manner of Bonavena, is a more effective puncher than his heavier counterpart Bonavena, and can also take a punch better. Very much the favorite in this match against this young man, Ray Elson. Grew up in Brooklyn, was once a weightlifter, pressed as many as 60 pounds, was a New York State weightlifting teammate of the late David Berger, the youngster from Cleveland who went to Israel and was so tragically among those killed in Building 31 at the hands of the Arab desperados back in September of 1972 in the Munich Olympics. Ray Elson, a tough but inexperienced kid with only 13 fights, 12 victories, no defeats, 1 draw. That's why I said earlier, this could be a mismatch. In the beginning, it was announced by the promoters as a light heavyweight title fight, but the WBA refused to sanction it as such. Inadvertently, we bought the promotional line and put out some publicity at ABC, initially proclaiming it a light heavyweight title fight. That, of course, is now not the case in view of the failure of the WBA to sanction it. We're in round 1, and it's Elson in the red trunks, Galíndez in the white. We are live at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Galíndez covering up on the ropes and then striking back with a quick left and right, neither of which got through to Elson. Galíndez in the corner. Elson pounding away but not getting through. Galíndez back. He had a quick chopping right to the head there, Galíndez, that got through. Galíndez again. Got a right to the head and then another right to Elson's head. Galíndez obviously complaining of a low blow by Elson. Elson unafraid of Galíndez. He's going right after him. Galíndez thus far is using the ropes in the manner of Muhammad Ali. Ali, of course, has announced his new policy as rope-a-dope. First round action. Víctor Galíndez of Argentina in the white, Ray Elson in the red. You see the rundown of the first round in terms of time at the bottom of your screen. It's like being back in the 50s. Boxing live into your living rooms in prime time. One thing Elson does have is strength, plus, of course, courage. He gave up a $330 a week construction job to become a fighter. Gave up on his dream of the '72 Olympics. He felt he didn't have much chance. His theory was foreign athletes are professionally subsidized. He wasn't. So he gave up, as I said, the Olympic dream in the sport of weightlifting. As the first round runs down, you may be hearing an Argentinian calling this fight. Galíndez, of course, a national hero in his homeland. Watch that clock as the round ends. We'll be going to commercial for a moment's break. We're back live at ringside the Las Vegas Convention Center. Víctor Galíndez of Argentina, recognized by the WBA as the light heavyweight champion of the world, going against the relatively inexperienced Ray Elson of Brooklyn in the red trunks. Galíndez got his recognition when on December 7, 1974, he knocked out Lenny Hutchins in a bout in Buenos Aires. Galíndez only once in his career has been knocked down, that by a fighter named Juan Aguilar. But then Galíndez got up and did away with Aguilar in the 6th round. Galíndez in the first round lay much of the time upon the ropes, with Elson the aggressor. Neither fighter in reality did any damage, though Galíndez claimed to have been struck with a low blow and momentarily grasped himself in the groin to emphasize the point. As for the scoring here in Nevada, it's the 5-point must system. 3 knockdowns in any single round stops the fight. Contestants cannot be saved by the bell. Jim Diskin is the Nevada State Athletic Commission Executive Secretary. He does most of the work for the commission. This is second round action at Las Vegas Convention Center, and I'd like our stations down the line to know that as this round ends, we'll be going to them for station identification. A lot of infighting thus far in this fight. Galíndez using the ropes often and getting slightly the better of it at this moment. Still, I'm impressed by the fact that Elson came into this bout unafraid and has tried to be the aggressor. Galíndez, in perfect candor, figured to be an overwhelming favorite. And still is, for that matter. Only the second round. We're coming down now to the closing seconds of round 2. A lot of arms and elbows thus far in this fight, mauling and brawling all on the inside. Oh, Galíndez is now hurting Elson. He got him with a good left and a right. We'll be back with more of the Galíndez-Elson fight, but now as the second round ends, let's pause for this message from our local stations. Start of the third round. Victor Galíndez of Argentina in the white trunks, recognized a WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, against young Ray Elson of Brooklyn in the red trunks. The referee in this bout is Charlie Roth. Another point to be developed during the course of the evening. The referee has no voice in the scoring of the fight. The 3 judges score the fight. In this case, the judges are veteran Nevada boxing judges, Luke Tabbitt, Buddy Basilico, and Hal Miller. First round was relatively even, with Galíndez using the ropes, Elson trying to attack, not getting through successfully. The second round, the edge went to Galíndez, who late in the round hurt Ray Elson with a quick combination. Probably Elson's best professional fight up to this point was a victory over Tommy Hicks, a light heavy contender of Binghamton. Hicks said nobody had ever hit him harder in his career than Elson. Elson nurtured in the famous, in a boxing sense, Gramercy Gym, right on 14th Street near Union. Oh, staggered! Elson was staggered by a quick right. I told you about Galíndez. He can hit, he can take a punch, he can hit with either hand. He has all the guts in the world, and he is a baby tank out there. But Elson was nurtured. Well, he wasn't staggering there. He was pulled around by Galíndez. Elson was nurtured in the very gym where Floyd Patterson was taught to box by Customato. Galíndez has assumed the upper hand in this bout. Oh, a good right after a quick exchange. Elson hurt again by Galíndez. Hard to put a kid with just 13 fights in against a man like Galíndez. Of course, Galíndez shares the light heavy crown with John Conchi, who's recognized by the World Boxing Council as the light heavyweight champ. A right lead hurt Elson. He's holding on. Once again, the jumbled jurisdictional contradictions that exist in the world of boxing. Approaching the end of round 3, Galíndez clearly in command in this round. The end of the third round, it went to Galíndez, obviously. Let's go to my colleague, Frank Gifford, who's with George Foreman.
Thank you, Howard. And, George, I don't think we have to wonder why you're here in Las Vegas. So you're probably looking for an opportunity to talk to Muhammad about a rematch.
Right. That's the whole purpose coming down here. We were supposed to be fighting in September, but all of a sudden he got out of that. So I came down there to make sure that he's saying he couldn't find me. So I'm here for sure. We can make a fight, and he can take any end of it. I want to get him into the ring because, you know, with Ron Lyles, that's enough of the almost championship fights. When I'm around, I'm the best fighter around. I should be getting the recognition that I'm supposed to get. He should be getting the recognition that he's supposed to get by fighting the best. You know, the fluky thing that happened in Africa, but I'm ready to go back in there and do it all again. I know I can do it. I got the stuff to do it with.
Well, you look in great shape. George, any thoughts on Victor Galíndez? I know you just commenting. You've heard a lot about him.
Yeah, I heard it. You know, he's punching. You can see he punches like a heavyweight, and he had an opportunity to beat Lynn Hutchins, who I figure is really one of the best light heavyweights in the world. So he's got the credentials to beat anybody.
Thank you, George. Back to you, Howard.
Okay, Gifford. George Foreman, who did nothing to build up his chances for an Ali rematch with that frightful